Did you know there are five copywriting tests that you absolutely have to do if you want your sales to explode in 2024? Specifically, you cannot afford to skip any of these tests. I'm going to go over what they are right now. Jon Benson here with Sales Copy Secrets. Welcome back. And these are the same tests that I used to propel my AI copywriting app called Benson from zero to multi-million dollars in sales in just under half a year. Now, I'm not sharing that to brag. I'm just wanting to underscore the power of testing, of strategically testing your copy. And test number one is all about the headline. Now, you may think you know all about headlines. You may think that you've written the perfect attention-grabbing headline, but have you really? I mean, come on. You think you are, man? No, I'm just kidding. You probably did, but one simple tweak is all it takes to make a headline really sing. Like, for example, you can swap out verbs. You can call a static verb a plural verb. So burn fat becomes burns fat. Which one sounds more automatic and easier? It's a subtle shift, but it can make a huge impact. And another headline test I suggest doing is blind versus revealing. Blind headlines work by piquing the curiosity of the user without giving away too much. They leave readers thinking, I've got to know more. I got to know what this guy's talking about. On the other hand, revealing headlines, they just kind of stick it all out there. They're direct and to the point. Now, both have their merits. So you should test both head to head and see which comes out on top. Combine this with specificity. That's another technique. And you have a powerful formula for cash pulling headlines. For example, lose weight, which is obviously just some part of a headline that's kind of lame, becomes shed 17 pounds in 21 days by eating this one surprising food. I mean, that's a ton of intrigue. And that is really specific. It's concrete. It makes a promise and sparks curiosity. Remember, specificity sells. Obviously, you have to work within compliance guidelines, but you get the gist. All right. Test number two is all about leads. That's the first 500 to 1,000 words of your copy. And those words are make or break. You need to hook readers fast and give them a reason to keep reading or watching. And that's where testing different lead styles really comes in handy. For example, problem solution leads work by really digging into the reader's pain points, frustrations, and challenges before hinting at a solution. You're going to paint a vivid picture of the problem. Make them feel it. Make them see it. And then dangle a lifeline. If you just keep reading and keep watching, I'm going to give it to you. It's about creating an itch that your product can scratch, right? Okay. For example, here's the lead for my good friend Donnie French's classic golf VSL that did a bazillion freaking dollars. Here's a fact. Contact is everything in golf. And if you struggle to make consistently flush contact with the ball, you'll never play good golf or be able to truly enjoy this great game. But here's the good news. It doesn't matter whether you're just picked up a club for the first time or you've been playing 10, 20, even 30 years and just can't make consistent contact. All your contact issues, literally all of them, can be fixed permanently in just 10 shots on the range. Now, Donnie starts with the struggle, the problem. Then he pivots at a hint of the solution with what's called a lead hook. 10 shots on the range. Super powerful and one of the best leads ever. A contrarian lead takes a totally different approach. They challenge popular beliefs or trends, making readers do kind of a double take. So if everyone in your niche is preaching the gospel of, let's say, Instagram Reels, you could try a lead like, forget Reels. Here's why old school blogging is the real key to online success in 2024. Do what I did there. Use the date. Be specific, just like I did with the title of this video. Okay, that's unexpected. It's thought-provoking, and that's a powerful combo. Now, there's the quick fix lead. That's another really cool option. They offer readers a fast, easy win, a way to achieve most of their desired outcome with minimal effort. Then you tease the remaining details, encouraging them to keep reading to get the full picture. Now, this is about balancing a quick win with the promise of even greater rewards. And Donnie's lead that I just read is a prime example of combining problem solution with a quick fix. Now, there are countless other lead formulas to test. Too long to go into here, but you've got the storytelling lead where you kick off with a gripping narrative, the hard-hitting question lead where you ask a provocative, can't help but keep reading question right off the bat, the shocking stat lead where you startle somebody with an eye-opening fact or figure. But the key is to mix it up and see what really resonates with your audience. All right. Test number three, get my fingers to work here, involves around offer positioning. What does that mean? Well, it's how you frame your present offer can make a world of difference if you switch it just a little bit. What do I mean by framing it? If you have control over the pricing, by all means, test offer price points, find the best price point for your offer. But I'm not talking about that. Even if your price is set in stone, you can still play with how your offer is positioned. For example, with Benson, my own copywriting AI, link down below, I could have led with the fact that Benson has been trained only on the top converting sales copy in history, which is true. So naturally, it became the world's greatest AI copywriter. But on a live call before we released our MVP version, I mentioned a phrase to describe how Benson works. I said, it's entirely promptless. I mean, you don't even enter a prompt. I guess you could call it promptless AI. And I immediately saw everyone's reaction, including my own. I wrote that down and we trademarked it. And now we lead with this phrase. This is not AI as you know it. This is promptless AI. And then we go from there. So the position of the offer changed. Another example of this might be, let's say, a memory product. You might position the lead of a memory product for, say, a specific avatar. Let's say that college students and seniors are two of your buyers. So you have two completely different leads. One talks about no more cramming late nights or you can party longer because your memory's so good. And the other, which probably would not apply to seniors, talks about how you could maybe you're forgetting where you parked your car or you're forgetting your keys. Senior moments. Two totally different positions, but the exact same offer. You can also test bundling and bonuses, creating a sense of urgency with limited time offers, renaming your product to better align. I've seen that work wonders. The goal here is to get the click and get the sale. Do whatever it takes within ethical reason to do that. Now, test number 4 is all about the hook. Now, we've talked a lot about hooks here on this channel. These are these irresistible phrases that grab attention and refuse to let you go until you buy the damn thing. The lead hooks set the stage right from the start. They say things like, they told me I was crazy to quit my 6-figure job, but then I discovered this income secret or this 5-minute income secret. They create intrigue and they give readers a reason to care and to keep reading. That 10-second fix for joint aches. That's one of the classic lead hooks. There's another hook called positive hook. What is that? Positive hooks highlight the unique mechanism or secret sauce that sets your offer apart. They're benefit driven and aspirational, like unlock the fat melting enzyme that torches stubborn belly fat while you sleep. Well, this gives readers not only a visual glimpse of what you're going to be talking about, it tells them the enzyme is going to do all the work. It's almost magical. It's the mechanism creating their success. Just like positive hooks, the inverse of that is a negative hook. That taps into fear, into frustration, into pain. This agitates the problem, makes the readers feel the pain of what they're going through. For example, like the heart attack protein lurking in your arteries and the common foods that are to blame. Well, that's terrifying, right? And this creates a sense of urgency, makes your readers feel like they need your solution now. They can't put this off. It also puts the blame on that one thing rather than them, so it's easier to solve in your prospect's mind. Now, there are endless variations of these to test, and hooks do not have to be short, catchy phrases necessarily. There's something called a scarcity hook that's very simple. It's the fear of missing out. Only 100 spots available. Going fast. Okay, that's obvious. Curiosity hooks tease a shocking revelation like this weird trick that reversed my diabetes in 30 days flat. That kind of a hook. Or empathy hooks that show that you truly understand your reader's struggles. Like, I know what it feels like to stare at a blank page for hours, wondering if you'll ever write like a pro. That might be a good lead for a copywriting offer. The point is, you got to test and you got to test again and test again. And finally, number 5, all about the story. The right story can make copy completely come alive and form a visual image in your prospect's mind. It can forge an emotional connection with your readers, can make your message unforgettable. It can even make it viral, but you got to hit the mark. You've got to hit the mark. If your audience is highly analytical and they just want the facts, a story might actually be a distraction. So test a story-free version and see how it performs against the lead or the VSL with the story in it. Other times, a more elaborate nightmare story is just the ticket. Now, this is where you really dig into the gory details of your readers' pain points, painting a vivid picture of your personal worst case scenario, your worst night ever, maybe. You might describe the shame and embarrassment that you felt yourself. For example, I was constantly forgetting names at networking events if you're selling a memory product. Or if you're selling a marketing product, I was sick and tired of seeing all these month after month of unopened bills and paltry sales. The key is to make it very visceral and very relatable. You can also test different story frameworks. There's the hero's journey, where you position the reader as a hero overcoming challenges and emerging completely different. The before and after story, where you paint a vivid contrast before life before and after your product, which works in really well with the testimonial story. This is where you share a real customer's journey from struggling to success. Really fantastic for proof too. The most important thing is to keep testing and refining your stories until you find the one that really strikes a chord. Now, I'm Jon Benson, Go write some copy.